Hello there. I'm USA Today bestselling author, storyteller, and cheeky wench Susan Tisdale. I've been writing since I was a little girl, but in 2011 I published my first novel. Since then, I've hit the USA Today bestsellers list 3 times, and I've sold more than 750,000 copies of my books around the world. I'd like to welcome you to the Cheeky Wench channel, where we discuss all things writing related, from writing to publishing to marketing and everything else in between. So grab your notebooks and your favorite beverage and let's get down to it. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Angie. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Lori. How is everyone tonight? It is so good to see all of you. It really is. Don't forget to hit that like and share button when you come in. Sorry, I have been belching all day long, so I'm going to apologize ahead of time for that. I've taken Gas X twice. I don't know what else to do. And I've been drinking lots of water. How is everyone? Can you hear me okay? If you can hear me and see me okay, please put a 1 in the chat. Hi, Ashley. Oh, it's good to see everybody here. Good. I'm glad. 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 So, how is everyone? Put a 1 in the chat if you're awesome. If you're not, I'm sorry. It's been, I tell you what, I've had a week too. Um, I'm just so glad to be here tonight. And for those of you who come in on the replay crew, we're really glad you're here. Leave a comment. I do try to answer all the comments that are left. So much to talk about tonight. So very much. So, last night I fell asleep on the sofa at 8:30. My husband tried several times to wake me up, send me to bed. Finally, at 11:30, I guess I made my way in there and just crashed. Now, I can't sleep without a fan, right? Just cannot sleep without a fan. Every night we sleep with the ceiling fan on. I also have a this big white fan. Kevin calls it my noise machine. It's not a noise machine. It's just this white tabletop fan that on high speeds can be quite loud. Didn't turn anything on. I just went right to bed. And he was telling me today that when he came to bed and realized there were no fans on, he thought he should check for a pulse. It's like, there's no fans on. She's got to be dead. I wasn't. I was just exhausted. So then I woke up at 4:40 this morning and just was tired all day long. I ended up taking 2 naps today, but I did get some writing in. I did. I didn't necessarily hit my targeted daily word goal. That's okay. I have factored that in to my pacemaker. For my deadline and everything. I added a few extra days, and it's all good. It's going to all be good. Let's see. I have no idea what Angie's talking about. About reading something? What are you reading, Angie G? Are you reading Ashley's book? Isn't it good? I loved it. Anyway, so yeah, it's good, isn't it, Angie G? It's very good. I haven't finished it because I've been so focused on my own writing that our house could best be described right now as there appears to have been a struggle. I need to do dishes. God knows I need to sweep and mop, but I have just been so focused on writing that the rest of the stuff just simply doesn't matter. Anyway, let's talk books. I got my emotion thesaurus and my conflict thesaurus this week. So excited about that. These are such good books. I'm just very, very pleased with those. And I paid Oh, excuse me. So sorry. I paid more attention to the emotion thesaurus, but later on, I really want to get into that conflict thesaurus. I have done a quick perusal of it, and I'm really liking that. I'm really liking that. So, but again, I've just been so focused. Hi, Samantha. Hi, honey. How are you? Beautiful. I hope you're doing well. Hope the weather's okay out where you are. It was chilly here today. Um, it rained all day yesterday, which we needed desperately. So, but again, I digress, as I always do. So anyway, loving the emotion thesaurus and the conflict thesaurus so far, and I'm going to be ordering some more books because I think they're very very helpful. Hi, Christina. Hey, editing counts. Samantha says it was 81 freaking degrees. Sorry, on November 6th. Yep, yep. Um, yeah, get the whole set for Christmas, right, Ashley? Hi, Erin. How are you, dear? Yeah. It's going to be chilly here for the next several days, according to we call her Bernice. Y'all know that. I finally figured out how to get that stupid um reminder that goes off every night at 6:20 for the weather. I finally figured out how to get that off of there. Thank you, Tony G. She's not here. I think she's doing some driver's ed stuff with one of her children. Anyway, yeah, it was just a really, really. It's been a really, really good week. So sorry. Um, I'm so glad. Oh, Christina, I'm so sorry. I hate those. I do. Poor Christina. You poor thing. I'm so sorry. Nope, not jealous. Not jealous at all, dear. Um, oh, that's fine, Don. That's good. That's good. So, last week I gave you all a challenge. And to keep track of how many words you wrote from Wednesday night, Thursday morning, whatever, until today. And I'm going to share my numbers with you because I'm a prideful person and I don't care. So, grand total. Oh, wait a minute. Did you all know that you can go into Scrivener and look at your writing history and it will break it down for you? How many words you've written per day just in that book? I didn't know that. Again, Tony, Denise showed me how to do that this week, so I was pretty tickled. But as of about half an hour ago, on this book that I just started on, let me open up Pacemaker. Let me see if I can share this with you, my Pacemaker. I hope I can. Present, share screen. Okay. Okay, allow for 1 month. Window. Okay. So this is my Pacemaker. And I started this technically on October 30th, or 29th. And since then, I have written over 30,000 words, 30,434 words since November 29th. It's a week and a day. And I am just so proud of that. And according to Pacemaker, I am, if you can see this, 30% of the way done. Is that how you would say that? 30%. I'm 30% done with the book. How freaking cool is that? How do I get back to StreamYard? Oh, Lord Almighty. I don't know. Stop sharing? Okay, here I am. Okay, yay. So well over 30,000 words, and I just started writing it on October 29th. I am so freaking happy with myself. There was a couple of days when I didn't write but a few thousand words, and then there were a couple of days when I wrote well over 5,000. And I'm just so excited about that. So, for those of you who took my challenge, put your word counts since last week in the chat so we can all celebrate you. Oh, cool. So Samantha says E. Alexander gifted her this book. Every page has a bunch of items you can color in for every 500 words you write. I love it. It's encouraged me to write more. Good. Hey, whatever motivates you all, right? Whatever motivates you. Dawn, congratulations. You've written in the last week 5,329 words. I am so proud of you, dear. So very proud. Ashley has written 8,656 words. That's flippin' awesome. Congratulations. I know it takes a minute for chat to catch up from YouTube to over here, so we'll wait a moment for other people to post their word counts, but I'm so proud of all of you. I didn't do your challenge, but Indie Author Support started 50K in November event. Oh, cool beans. How many have you written, Samantha, so far? And that's okay. It wasn't necessarily a challenge. It was just, come in next week and share your word counts. That's basically what it was. Didn't challenge anybody to write X number of words or anything like that. It was just to write. And I don't care if you only got to write 100 words. As long as you were writing, that was awesome. You've written over 3K this month. That's not bad. It's only November 6th, Samantha. That's great. So this is for everybody who got to write in the last week. Way to go, you. Way to go, all of you. That is awesome. I'm so proud. I'm so proud. Yeah, the other author stuff, that's the crap I can't stand. Samantha, I just wish I could hire all that stuff out. Oh, Lori, great. 2,558 words. Congratulations to you, sweetheart. You all have done just a fabulous, fabulous job. And I'm so proud of all of you. It's a little chilly here today. Just a little. It's in the 50s. So sometimes my hands get cold and I have to put on my writer gloves. Does anybody else have writer gloves like these? The fingerless knitted gloves? Yes, I do. I do. And sometimes I forget that I have them on and I leave the house with them on, but that's okay. That's okay. So congratulations to everybody who got to write in the last week. I've got notes. I've got notes of all the stuff I want to talk about. Yeah, aren't they awesome? Oh, compression gloves for finger pain. Okay, Ashley, that's good. So Samantha says the characters in another book are still fighting their HEA, so I started a book my readers have been demanding. You go for that. You go, girl. You go, you. But yeah, I love my knitted gloves. So, when we do the weekly challenge, you can put in. This is for next week because I'm going to be doing this every week. You come in on Wednesday night and tell me your word count for the past week. You can do word count, scene count, chapters written, all of the above. Sorry. However it is you like to keep track of your progress. That's fine with me. Like I said, I didn't sleep well. Well, I slept from 8:30 to 4:30, but then I was tired all damn day long. So I didn't get. It wasn't that. It wasn't a 5,000 or 6,000 word day. It just wasn't. Oh, okay. 500 words and 500 more, a word count tracker and coloring pages book, 500 words at a time, a visual word count tracker and coloring pages book. I think that's awesome. I do. So anyway, I was struggling all day, and this is okay. This is me just being honest and open. I was struggling with the book, with the story. And I knew I'd written a lot of words, but I knew that it just didn't feel right and it wasn't working. So when you have those moments, listen to your gut and just take a step back and think and listen. Listen to what the story is telling you. Listen to what your characters are telling you. I realized, not until 4:00 this afternoon, what the problem was. I was making my heroine a little too nice, a little too soon. And she needed to struggle just a little bit with the stuff that's going on in her life. And so my recommendation is when you come to that, if you come to a point in your book where it's just not working, you're struggling, something just doesn't feel right, just take a step back. It's okay. Take a step back. Do a reread. If you have to go back to the very beginning of the book, do that. Reread it. Because chances are you've left the answer to the question that you have right now in the previous pages. Does that make sense? Usually the answer that you're looking for, you've already written in the previous pages. That's what works for me. I don't know what works for all of you, but that's what works for all of me. Just taking a step back. If you have to, go take a nap. It's okay. Wake up refreshed, clear-headed, etc., etc. That's what works for me. So a quick reread, a step back, just sitting here thinking, and it's okay to just sit there in the silence and think for a few minutes. It's okay. Hell, it's okay to sit there and think for an hour. That's all right. Because you don't want to force the round peg into the square hole, right? You don't want to force it because when you force it, your readers are going to know that you forced it, right? So take a breather, step back, do a quick reread, and eventually you're going to figure out how to fix it. And I had that aha moment, and I was able to go in and fix it. So even though I'm at over 30,000 words, I might have to delete 1 or 2,000. Even though they were what I consider really good, really fun scenes, they just aren't quite fitting the story the way that they needed to. So I have a special folder in Scrivener. I just love Scrivener. You all know I talk about Scrivener all the time. So I have this special folder in Scrivener that I create with every book, and it's just simply titled "Not Sure Where This Will Go." And I have scenes, lots of scenes that never, ever, ever made it into any book, but they might eventually go into a book at some point. John says, I've done that, walked away, and then done a reread. Sometimes it's hard to see the forest for the trees. Exactly. Especially when you're in that zone and the fingers are just flying and you're just watching your word count. It's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And you're just so freaking happy that you can't stand to be in the same room with yourself. And then all of a sudden you realize it's not working. Deleted scenes. Oh, that's a good idea, Samantha. See, this is why I love our community. We give each other advice, pointers, tips, and that's just amazing. Samantha says, I should give them to your readers on your website or newsletter, deleted scenes. I agree. I thought about starting a Patreon page and doing stuff like that for the Patreon page, but I never got around to it. I created the Patreon page a couple years ago, but I've never published it. So, but I know there is a scene from a book that I wrote ages ago, and it's just titled The Baker Scene. And I wrote it for the book In the Echo of a Kiss, right? And I know that this scene is going to eventually work somewhere. Somewhere it's going to fit in. Somewhere it's going to belong and just be beautiful and perfect. So that one I'll hang on to. That one I will hang on to. But the others, I could publish those. It's no big deal. Oh, Samantha says she knows an author who does that with Patreon. She puts deleted scenes in there. Cool beans. I might just do that, but not with the Baker scene. And hopefully I will get around to writing the book with the Baker scene in it. And just consider what we're talking about tonight, the Easter egg, and you will come across it someday and you'll go, this is the thing Susan was talking about. Yeah. So we've talked about the word count progress, how I struggled all day with this silly story. Well, it's not silly. Told you about the writing history in Scrivener. Love, love, love that. Because if you screw up on Pacemaker, which is easily doable, I wish Tony was here tonight. She had to she had to come in and help me figure out what the hell did I do wrong in Pacemaker, because it said I was 67% of the way done with the book, and I'm like, there ain't no way in hell. What did I do wrong? Figured it out. Um, in Pacemaker, you don't. Okay, this is my little word count sheet, right? Starting word count, ending word count. Well, what I was doing was putting the word count total in Pacemaker. So it was putting like 27,637 words. What I needed to do was how many words I'd written for that session, not the total word count, like we do in Discord. Yeah. So I had to go in and delete some word counts, which broke my heart. But we figured it out, and Tony has just been awesome, and I love her to the moon and back. She's just amazing. So yeah. So does anybody, because this is really all I want to talk about tonight, the emotion thesaurus and the conflict thesaurus and our word counts, et cetera, et cetera. I just really, this was not what I expected, the book. It was absolutely not what I expected. I thought it was going to give me words like a thesaurus does, like for the word appalled. Give me all the other words for the word appalled. It doesn't do that. And I'm so thankful that it doesn't. For example, appalled, the definition, an emotionally disturbing shock due to something offensive. So then what this book does, which is just absolutely fantastic, and if I could hug Angela Ackerman and Becca Puglisi, I would. It gives you the physical signals and behaviors when your character is feeling appalled, such as flinching or jerking back from the source, backing away, increased personal distance from the source, saying, oh my God, or did you see what he did, as one tries to process it, rubbing at the chest, appearing to go white in the face, the jaw going slack, slowly yet forcibly expelling all breath as one tries to process what's happening. I love that it gives these examples of what the physical signals and behaviors are for that word. It's fabulous. And then it gives internal sensations, such as the gut tightening as one forces out all breath, or lightheadedness as one's breath briefly gets trapped in the lungs, a flush of heat in the face and neck as shock transforms into anger. I love that. It gives mental responses, acute or long-term responses from this emotion, signs that this emotion is being suppressed. That's a good one. Eyes that widen slightly, tightness in the face, a gaping mouth that is quickly closed, the lips pressing into a tight, flat line. I love this. It also tells you, this is another favorite part, may escalate to anger. Find it on page 40. I love that. Disgust, page 102. Resentment, 222. Defiance, 80. I love that. It gives you the pages for the other definitions that go along with it. May de-escalate to disbelief, disappointment, disillusionment. Associated power verbs, back away, balk, blanch, bristle, flinch, gape, gasp, horrify, offend, rankle, tattle, recoil, repel, shake, shock, shrink, sicken, snap, squawk, stagger, startle, numble, or mumble. No, stumble. So sorry. I can read. I can really read. Hi, Diane. Stutters, swallow, taint, unseat, unsettle, and wince. All perfect examples of appalled. Writer's tip. Emotions aren't always pure or beautiful sometimes. Characters feel things that will reveal their dark side. Don't be afraid to show those moments when it's important to the story. Readers will recognize they come from a place of truth and appreciate the author's honesty to write them. I love that. I love that it gives the word, the definition, all of these signs and traits, et cetera, et cetera. I just absolutely love that this book does that. And it's just, I can sit here and just go on and on and on. Dread, embarrassment, euphoria, happiness, hurt, insecurity. It just goes on and on. Lust. Ooh, should we read about lust? Diana, it's called The Emotion Thesaurus. Definition: an intense sexual craving or longing. Notes: some displays of lust may be more masculine or more feminine in nature, so choose descriptions that best fit your character's personality and preferred sexual expression. And it just goes on and on and on. Panic, rage, snappiness, self-pity. I love, 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 love this book, right? I do. And I'm keeping it over here by my desk so that if I come, because we all know, okay, if you've been at this as long as I have, you begin to keep track of how many times you've used a particular word, such as appalled or disgusted or dismayed or displeasure, whatever. And you don't want to keep using, you've got to figure out another way to describe that same emotion, that same sensation, but in different ways, right? And that's what the Emotion Thesaurus does. It just gives you some ideas of how to say the same thing, because we all know that in a book, there's going to be, chances are, at least in my books, they're going to experience the same sensations more than once throughout the entire story. There will be multiple times when they are shocked, or multiple times when they are horrified or laughing their heads off or whatever. And you need to be able to describe those things in different ways so that it's not the same way every single time. So that's why I like this book. Now, I haven't had a chance to go through the Conflict Thesaurus yet. A Writer's Guide to Obstacles, Adversaries, and Inner Struggles. And this is just volume 1. I need to go get volume 2. Let's see. There's just so much in here. Show of hands if you all have either one of these books. Put a 1 in chat if you have them. Let's see. Conflict. A lie impacting someone else. Okay. Examples. The character concealing or falsely claiming to have a medical condition. Okay. So they're either saying, not telling anyone that they have, let's say, cancer. They don't want anybody to know because they don't want anybody to worry, or they don't want people to treat them differently, et cetera, et cetera. Or they could claim to have that in order to gain, for personal gain. Usually it's monetary. Misleading others about the status of a romantic relationship. Falsely accusing someone of a crime. I've had that in my books before. Being selective about which details to share about a crime they witnessed. The character concealing their true identity. Done that before. Oh, good, Angie. I'm glad. Concealing an addiction. Faking a pregnancy. I could talk about that. But I'm not going to. It's about somebody in real life. No, I don't personally know them, but I know who they are. And let's just say Mama's got some suspicions. But anyway. Oh, here's a good one. The character faking their own death. I got a story I want to write about that. Hiding a second family. See, it gives you all these examples of a lie that impacts somebody else, right? Minor complications could be uncomfortable conversations when the character is confronted about their lies. Um, what are their potentially disastrous results? Broken relationships that can't be mended. Loved ones experiencing trauma and an inability to trust others because of the character's actions. The character losing their marriage or custody of their children. Those victimized seeking retribution. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. Resulting emotions. Anguish, anxiety, apprehension, conflicted, defensiveness, denial, determination, doubt, dread, fear, flustered, guilt, nervousness, shame, stunned, uncertainty, unease, worry, and worthlessness. Possible internal struggles. Again, it's different with every character. Guilt and anxiety, difficult determining right from wrong, the character questioning their worth as a spouse, parent, friend, employee, etc. Negative traits, and that's the next two books I want to get, the negative traits and positive trait books. Anyway, negative traits that may worsen the situation: antisocial, apathetic, callous, cowardly, cruel, devious, disloyal, forgetful, hypocritical, impulsive, irresponsible, manipulative, paranoid, reckless, selfish, etc. Impact on basic needs, the positive traits to help the character cope, positive outcomes. I mean, it's all right here. And it's a guide to help you make much better, it's to help you make better, deeper, more profound characters. Characters that your readers are either going to love for all eternity or hate for all eternity. Right? And that's what we want. We want our readers to either love or love to hate our characters. That's our goal, right? And using books like these, tools like these to help you write better, to help you make better characters, that's what the goal is, right? You want to make your characters more believable. Diane said, I knew someone in high school who did that, faked a pregnancy. She told everyone she was pregnant to get sympathy. She lost a lot of friends when people found out. Yeah, you can't do that to people. You just can't do that to people. But my next purchases are going to be the positive trait and the negative trait thesaurus, and then volume 2 of the conflict thesaurus. Those are my next 3 purchases for tools that will help me write better. And again, I say this all the time. I don't care how many books you've got published. I really don't. I've got over 30. It might be even over 40. Hell, I don't know. I've published a lot of books, written a lot of books, published a lot of books. And my goal with every single book is to make it better than the last book, right? I want to improve my writing and my storytelling. I want to become a better storyteller. I want to just write stories, better and better stories that will keep my readers coming back for more. Yeah, you can't ever stop learning. It's a fluid journey. Diana May is right. It's a fluid journey. It is. And again, don't care who you are. Don't care how many books you've written, unless you are our sainted Nora Roberts. She doesn't need to learn anything new because she's absolutely perfect in my eyes. Really don't care other than Nora Roberts. I know. Isn't that awful? I just love her so much. Plus America too. I know, it's sad. But anywho, hey, that's fine, Ashley. Get a bookshelf. I love my bookcases. I've got lots of books on my bookcases. I have lots of bookcases. That one doesn't count because there's no books on it. That's like my this one over here is like for my printer stand, my paper, 3-ring binders of stuff I printed off, etc., etc. But I have books on this one, and then I've got the one that Kevin built me that is just absolutely beautiful. It's like 9 feet, 10 feet tall, 9 feet tall. What is? I have 12-foot ceilings in here. Is it? Yeah, 12-foot ceilings, and they don't. It doesn't go quite to the top of the ceiling, and it is books, books and books and books, among other things. Little knickknacks and bric-a-brac and things like that. My Rona awards are up there, mementos, things people have sent me, that type of thing. Um, yeah, get yourself some nice bookcases. Um, okay, that's nice. Yeah, you can if you get these books on Kindle, that's fine. I personally just it's just me. Everybody's different. I like to have this because I just don't know if I want to highlight it. I know you can highlight the Kindle. I know that. But there's just something about holding the craft book itself in my hand um, that just brings me happiness. I don't know. I just love the paperbacks. I just do. Anyway, that's just me. But yes, get yourself as many bookcases as you need. No such thing. There's no such thing as too many bookcases or too many books. Just a too small a house. Um, yeah, some of us, yeah, some people can't read the smaller fonts, and we understand that. So I'm just really grateful that for those of you who can't read the smaller fonts, they are available on the Kindle. So next week, our challenge will be to come in with your word counts for the week. Um, Word counts, chapter counts, how many new chapters you wrote, or how many new scenes, whatever. I have a very dear friend up in Newfoundland. I can't say it. There's a certain way that they say it up there. And she always calls me the Mrs. I don't know why. She's just hilarious. But Kate Robbins, she writes Scottish historical romance too, and she is freaking phenomenal. She is so good. I love all her books. Anyway, um, she doesn't keep track of word counts. Right now, she's focusing on scenes and chapters, and that's what she is keeping track of, is how many new scenes, how many new chapters. And that works for her, and that's great. Again, we all have different ways of doing it. If Samantha Cole is here, Samantha, if you could put into the chat how you do it, if you like to keep track of word count, scene count, chapter counts, whatever. Back in the old days, it used to be page counts, but we don't do that anymore. It's a whole new ball game. It's a whole new world. We just don't do things that way. Um, I'm going to go off screen for just a moment. Hang on. I got to blow my nose, and y'all don't want. Sorry about that. Nobody wanted to watch me blow my nose. And yes, I realize it's November and it's like 54 degrees out, but I still suffer from allergies. Let's see. So put in chat how you like to do it. If you like to do word count, scene count, or chapter count, because I really like to know. I like to learn all the different ways that people do things. Like for Samantha, she likes to do the color, color in the little boxes, shapes, whatever, after she's written 500 words. I think that's phenomenal. I tried that once. I wrote on the old post-its before I found the transparent post-its. I would write 500 words, and then I would put them on my dry erase board, and it was like each post-it note was 500 words until I got to 100,000 words. So it was like 2 dry erase boards, I think. Anyway, every time I finished writing 500 words, I would take that off. And my goal was to have an empty dry erase board. I love Sarah Cannon. Oh, she uses gems in a jar. She'll transfer a colorful gem into a jar after 1,000 words. Hey, whatever visual representation works for you, I think that's phenomenal. Yes, Don, thanks. But then I realized I was wasting a lot of Post-it notes. So I think I might like Samantha's idea of just coloring in the boxes better. It would be less waste as far as I'm concerned, but that's just me. And she's like me, we like to do word count. Every day it's word count. Let me open something up. Hang on. Oh, beach class. Ooh, that would be pretty. So let's go into Discord. And I'm going to invite people. Whoops. I'm going to copy this link and I'm going to put it in our chat. Dinah says I might do butterflies or something someday for something similar, like stickers or something, maybe. LOL. Okay, so this is the link to our Discord channel. And there are verification steps. We do that because we didn't want any bots or anything to come in and disturb our peace. Does that make sense? So you do have to verify who you are, and it's a very simple process. And if you ever run into any problems, do not reach out to me because I don't know how the hell to do it. But Shannon Nemechek does. You can find her on Facebook and Instagram, probably X too. I don't know. But she will help walk you through the process. And yes, you can share the link with your author friends. And what we do in the Cheeky Wench Cafe, again, Samantha set this whole thing, or Shannon Nemechek, set the entire Discord channel up. Don't know how she did it. I know how to use most of it. I know how to go in and sprint. Basically, that's it. But every day we try to sprint, and you should be able to find someone in there who likes to sprint late at night or early in the morning. I'm the early morning girl. I like to get up early. I want to get as many words in as possible. My goal every day is 3,000 words. And I don't allow myself to do anything quote unquote fun, such as go out to lunch, go shopping, whatever. So sorry. Until I have reached that 3,000 words. Now, is that what Scrivener says I have to write? Nope. Is that what Pacemaker says I have to write? Nope. That's my own personal daily word goal. Yeah, I'm going to get out of cough drop. These allergies are killing me. And that sound is probably annoying as hell, and I'm sorry. Anyway, I won't allow myself to do anything fun until I have those 3,000 words written. And my friend Shelly has gotten really good at texting me and saying, hey, do you have your 3K in yet? Nope. Yes, halfway there, whatever. I need another hour. And then we can all go out to lunch or go to Lane Bryant or whatever. We usually go to the same place, Main Street in Creve Coeur. Love that restaurant. The only exception I make for that rule is for my father, because he's 81. For my husband, but it's got to be really good. It's got to be a really good reason for him. Sorry, my brain just went pling. Or my grandchildren. I just don't stop writing for anybody else. I will stop if Emily goes into labor. Yes, I will stop when she goes into labor. But I'm probably going to say something stupid like, I only need 300 more words. Can it wait? Like a half an hour. She's going to kill me. She is. She's just going to kill me. Yes, Diane, I understand that. I miss my mama. So yeah, I get it. And that's why I cherish every moment with him. I just have to make that word count every day because, as I've said before in the past, you can't publish blank pages, right? You can't. I guess unless it's a journal, then I want my journal lined. I want my journal pages lined. Um, but y'all understand my meaning. You just can't publish blank pages. And that's the whole goal. Lots of goals. There isn't just one goal when you're writing. If your only goal as an author is to make money, please reconsider your career choice, because it has to be more than that. It just has to be. It can't be just about the money. You've got to, and it's just my personal opinion, this is me up on my soapbox. You've got to love the writing. You've got to love doing what you do. You have to enjoy being a storyteller, right? You've got to enjoy the physical act of writing. You must enjoy the craft of it. Do we enjoy the marketing end? No, nobody does. Very few do. I don't. I hate the other author stuff. I hate it. I don't want to do ads. I don't want to have to mess with adding crap to my website and all that stuff. But anyway, it has to be for more reasons than just the money. Okay? That's just my personal opinion. You have to have better reasons than just, and that's one of the things I see sometimes with these stupid ads that are all over Facebook and YouTube. How to make $10,000 a month as a side hustle at Amazon by selling books that you don't even have to write. Oh, that pisses me off. That pisses me off to no end. Not everybody is going to make $10,000 a month at Amazon. Plain and simple. A lot of authors do. Do not get me wrong. Totally possible. But if your only reason for writing is so that it is because it's a side hustle, and you think you can slap a $7.99 price tag on an ebook and sit back, kick back, and collect all the money, then you're a fool. It doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. Unfortunately, Hollywood would have us believe that every author who publishes a book gets to live like Castle. Remember that old TV show, Castle? Where he was this multi-millionaire, and he was an author, and he lived in this really posh New York City apartment, and he got to go around helping solve crimes. No. Yes, you can get an advancement. I love that show too, but it was so unrealistic. And it just doesn't work that way. It's hard work. It's really hard work, and it takes hours and hours and hours and days and weeks and weeks and months of commitment to write that beautiful book so you can publish it, right? So don't think that by publishing one book, you're going to become a multimillionaire. It just doesn't work that way. You got to write more than one. You got to write more than 4. You've got to write more than 10. You've just got to keep writing and not stop. Yeah. I hate those, Ashley. $10,000 a month is a side hustle, and you don't even have to write the book. Erg. Yeah. So you go over to some place on the internet and hire some. I have nothing against ghostwriters. Please do not come at me. Love ghostwriters. 95% of the ghostwriters out there are good, honest, genuine, hardworking individuals. There are lots and lots of different reasons why people use ghostwriters. I have nothing against ghostwriters. But some people want to treat them like crap and give them $50 for a story that they go and publish and think they're going to sit back and make millions. And it just doesn't work that way. It just doesn't. I'm going to get off my soapbox before I say something that'll really piss people off. But again, I have absolutely nothing against ghostwriters, okay? Nothing. I just think people should be honest that they've used them, but there are reasons why they wouldn't. And I am not the gatekeeper of the universe. I'm not. People have their own reasons for using pen names. I have a pen name. I've used it in the past. Pinky Haversnatch. But yeah, there are different reasons why people would use a ghostwriter, a pen name, a avatar, a fake picture, whatever. I have no problem with that. Again, I am not the gatekeeper of the universe. I just try to live in my own little world, help as many people as I can become better writers, and that's pretty much it. Pretty much it. So I realize it's a little early, but I am going to sign off because I can feel the allergies kicking in, and I just need to sneeze and blow my nose about 10,000 times, and I've got to take some Zyrtec. So I'm going to sign off a few minutes early. I apologize for that. I don't know what we're going to talk about next week. If you have an idea for the show, just shoot me a quick email, Susan@SusanTisdale.com. I'm sure by now you all know how to spell my name. I'm going to put it in the chat. If you have an idea for something you'd like me to talk about, questions that you think I should, that I might have answers for, whatever, just shoot me an email. But next week we're going to come back and we will talk more about word counts and our progress, because that's our challenge for the foreseeable future. What else? And hopefully I'll have some more books in that we can discuss. Maybe I'll get the other 3 books that I talked about earlier, Positive Traits, Negative Traits, and the Conflict Thesaurus Volume 2. I think there's a Volume 2. Don't you think there would be a Volume 2 if it says there's a Volume 1? Just makes sense to me, but I know myself, and I know I very well could title something Volume 1, and there never be another volume to go along with it. So, anyway, that's what we will talk about next week. I just really do send you all my love, all the best wishes. I do hope you get all the beautiful words in. Hang on, just a minute. Don't go anywhere, people. Not done yet. Sorry about that. Had to be done. Okay, I'll be in Discord tomorrow writing too, NGG. And for those of you who come in and see the link to Discord, come join us. It is so much fun. We encourage everybody. It's a very positive, safe place to be, a very safe space. You can ask questions. You can vent. Find a sprinting partner. It's just a really, really good group of people. And we have authors who write all sorts of different genres, and it's just a lot of fun, and I hope you can join us. So I'm going to sign off until next week. Sorry. I wish you all I need a Zyrtec. I wish you all just a very awesome, fabulous, fantastic week ahead. I think you're all awesome, and I appreciate you being here every week. And just look for you all have your notifications on. Yeah, don't forget to turn that notification bell on so you don't miss out on whenever I go live. But I'll have it up the next day or so. Anyway, I love you all. I think you're all awesome. And I just really, truly do wish everybody a fabulous week. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Mwah.